The population in South Africa is 90% black, but black people in South Africa only own 4% of privately owned land in the entire country. But somehow Trump is convinced that these 59 white South African refugees deserve to be housed and fed on the taxpayer dollar in the United States because they were being discriminated against in their home country. It makes me so fucking sick to see that in the same week that a 16-year-old girl had her face slammed into the concrete by ICE because she was brought here as a minor into the United States by her parents, that our taxpayer dollars are simultaneously being spent on an expedited refugee process for white people in South Africa, where they only make up 10% of the population, but they own 96% of the fucking land. Are you kidding me? And their justification is that they believe that white people are being genocided in South Africa. So all of a sudden they have a problem with genocide. Meanwhile, the United States is literally funding a genocide in the West Bank. And for the record, that's not even happening in South Africa. It's been disproven and debunked multiple times. And it's just Elon Musk spreading right-wing bullshit, white supremacist bullshit, as usual. That's all this is. It's just white supremacist bullshit all over again. I'm so tired.
Musk is from South Africa and has Trump ear. Trump believes only the most acceptable things that people tell him. It is so freaking unbelievable this is happening. When you are used to privilege, equality feels like oppression. I am glad that American people are starting to see the truth. The racism is loud, man. Come to think of it. Look at how quickly the South Africans scraped to the top of the list over other people that have been waiting for years. Guys, this really breaks my heart. Seriously.
So I just saw that the McDonald Trump administration just brought in a group of white South African refugees. And look, I want to be very clear. I don't have a problem with that. If people are in danger, if they're facing legitimate persecution, I'm glad we can offer them safety. That's what a decent country should do. But what I do have a problem with is the hypocrisy, because this same administration that just rolled out the red carpet for 59 white Afrikaners is the same one turning away brown and black immigrants fleeing violence, war, and political collapse. They're shutting down the refugee pipeline for Haitians, Venezuelans, Central Americans, Sudanese families, people who are just running for their lives. But suddenly, when it's a group that looks a little more familiar, the border opens up, the taxpayer dollars flow, and the compassion kicks in. Let's just call it what it is, selective empathy. Because don't forget, McDonald Trump shut down the entire refugee resettlement program in his first 100 days. People who had already been vetted and approved were left stranded. But somehow this group makes it through. I don't think that's a coincidence. That's a policy choice. So yeah, I'm happy these 59 people are safe. I wish them peace and healing. But I really wish that we would give a damn when the people knocking on the door weren't white, because compassion should not come with the skin tone requirement.
Sending private planes to pick up 8,000 Caucasian South African refugees when we're kicking people out that are in the middle of their immigration proceedings here in the U.S. now. Literally having people show up for their final steps of their immigration process and having them arrested, detained, and deported. Doesn't make any sense to me unless
all of these folks who have just come in today have been carefully vetted pursuant to our refugee standards, and whether or not the broader refugee programs for other people around the world will be lifted is still an ongoing consideration. The South African government has not done what we feel is appropriate to guarantee the rights of these citizens to live in peace with their fellow South Africans, which is why under our domestic law they were given refugee